and welcome to TotoTCG. You are here with me, Matthew, and we are back here with another Pokemon video on the channel. And we are going to be having a little look at, of course, Full Metal Wall again, finishing off the second half, as well as checking out those lovely secret rares right at the end, checking out what we're going to be getting, or what might be coming up soon. So, without further ado, let's do it. Let's finish off these cards, and we can move on over. So, let's do it. Okay, so let's have a little look at the from metal to the trainers. Let's do it. So, first off, we are starting with, of course, Lucario and Melmetal GX, which we've already had a little look at, and that is already on the channel as a review. And then we move into Alolands. We've got Alolan Diglett with a free attack there for Ram for 10 damage, which then evolves into this absolutely amazing looking card of Alolan Dugtrio. The ability Hair Wall, any damage done to your metal Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's active Pokemon is reduced by 10. There is so much metal support, it's unreal. We had the Psychic Delmise for more attack. We've got this to take less attack. We've got the Tag Team GX to have 30 less all game. It's great. And now this adds on to it. So you could put this on the bench, maybe have 2 or 3 of these, and that's an additional 20 to 30 maybe that isn't going to be taken, which is just amazing. Really, really is. It also does have another attack for 1 metal, 1 colours for Ram, 40 damage, although I really do think you'd be playing it just for that ability if you were to. Moving on to Aaron right here. We've got an Aaron. Pretty cool. So for 1 metal, we've got Rigidify. It's not a Harry Potter reference. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. And then for metal colours, we've got Metal Claw for 20 damage. We also do have a Lairon right here. So for another metal, we've got Rigidify again. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. This is going to be an interesting thing. Maybe we might see an Aggron as a promo here, because last time we did have a Rigidify as well, it was in a few decks, let's just say, during pre-release. And then from 2 metal, 1 colours, we've got Headbutt for 70 damage. That evolves into Aggron, of course, right there. Looks as if he's just busted into a cave. So for 1 metal, double colours, we've got Tight Press, 80 damage. During your opponent's next turn, if this Pokemon is damaged by an attack from your opponent's active Pokemon, put 8 damage counters on that Pokemon. That's not bad. And then for a metal, triple colours, we've got Giga Impact for 160 damage, although it can't use it next turn. Moving into the Lucario, we had Riolu in our previous video. We now have Lucario as a metal type, which looks to be a holo as well. So for 1 colours, we got Low Sweep, 40 damage. And then for 2 metal, we got Rush Up, which is 60 plus damage. If you attach a Pokemon tool to this Pokemon from your hand during this turn, this attack does 70 more damage. So, ideally, you could actually possibly field blower off the tools, if you wanted to, and then place some more on there to do quite a nice 130 there for just 2 energy. That's not bad. Pretty cool. We then have a Genesect card, not GX, but just a normal card there. Looks pretty cool, flying around. Ability, we've got High Speed Flight Form. If your opponent has any Pokemon GX or EXs in play, this Pokemon has no retreat. And it would have a retreat of 2, which is pretty nice. 1 metal, double colours for Spirit Beam, 30 damage. This attack does 30 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon, bench Pokemon. So it's doing 30 to the front and 30 to 2 on the back, which is pretty cool. We then also are going to be getting a Meltan and Melmetal in this set. And the Meltan looks pretty cool indeed. So for 1 metal, we got Steel Melt, 10 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a metal Pokemon, this attack does 40 more damage. So it would do 50, which I guess is pretty cool. We then have Melmetal, and this will be a holo in the set. So we've got ability for Metal Eater. Once during your turn, you may discard a metal Pokemon card from your hand, then heal 100 damage from this Pokemon. So like it said, it's eating the metal. If you discard the metal Pokemon, boom. So you could discard a Meltan if you wanted to give this 100 more HP, which is pretty nice. And then for metal triple colours, we've got Heavy Impact for 130 damage. The ability's interesting, but is the attack. That's all I've got to say. Moving into our normal types now, we've got Spearow and Fearow. Spearow looks pretty cool there. One colours, we've got Glide for 10 damage, and double colours, we've got Speed Dive for 20 damage. Then that would evolve into Fearow. Fearow! Right there. Looks very interesting there. Terrible little bird there. That beak, though, is like massively aggressive. So for double colours, we've got Double Drill Run, 70 damage, and flip a coin. If heads, discard 2 energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. I guess that's pretty cool, although it is only 70 damage, but removing energies is pretty nice. We then have Glameow right here, and it's quite interesting because there's several things in this thing. There's an Oddish on that plant there. There's a fish right here, which I know is a Pokemon. I don't know whether that's called Frillish. It looks like Frillish, or it might be the thing that evolves from Finneon. But it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. So we've got 1 colours for Cat Day. Draw a card. This Pokemon is now asleep. Sounds good. And then for 3 colours, we've got Hopping Tail. This attack does 60 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon GX or EX. Yikes if they don't have a GX or EX, because this thing isn't going to be doing a lot. That evolves into Purugly, which is lying in a sink. That's pretty cool. So for a double colours, we've got Stray Cat Dash. 30 damage, discard a random card from your opponent's hand. If this Pokemon evolved from Glameow during this turn, discard 2 random cards instead of 1. Just do it. Just go for it. Then we have triple colours for Lunge Out, which is 80 damage. We then move into the last Pokemon, which of course was Celesteela GX, which we've already taken a look at in the channel. Probably the weaker of all 4, I'd say. Definitely thinking that Pheromosa and Buzzwole are probably going to be the most top ones, if not Lucario or Melmetal. But there we go. So we then move into our item cards here, and we've got a de-evolution spray, but this one's got Z on the end of it, so what's this do? Choose one of your evolved Pokemon. You may remove as many evolution cards from that Pokemon as you like and shuffle them into your deck. So a nice way of obviously getting rid of the evolutions, but then you also have to find them again if you wanted to evolve them. So I think de-evolution spray was very much used, just the de-evolution spray, not the one with Z. This was very much used to obviously activate an ability again, very much like the Lycanroc, for example, where you sort of de-evolution spray, then you can pop it back down. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this is used. We also have an Ultra Beast type item here, and this is called Beast Bringer, which is quite an interesting looking device. It just looks like a clam. It literally just looks like a clam. So this does get attached to well, let's have a little look. Attach it to one of your Pokemon that doesn't already have a tool. If you have exactly 6 prize cards remaining, and your opponent's your opponent's GX or EX is knocked out by damage from an attack of the Ultra Beast this card is attached to, take 1 more prize card. Oh, right, okay. That's not bad. It could be quite interesting, because obviously if you put this on and you're able to get a knockout, then happy days, you can take another prize card, and maybe you knock out the... well, it does say here it has to be a GX or EX. We'll say GX. It's knocked out. It could be interesting. Could be very, very interesting indeed. But I like it. Could be yeah. I've said interesting too many times. Stop. Anyway, moving on to the next one, which is called Metal Core Barrier. I wonder what this does. It is an item, so it does get attached to a Pokemon. If this card is attached to a Pokemon, discard this card at the end of your opponent's turn. The metal Pokemon this card is attached to takes 70 less damage from your opponent's attacks. Oh my goodness. Okay. 70 less from your opponent's attack. So evidently it does go away after that turn. But, oh, I'm already having thinking of things to do already. It's great stuff. Great stuff indeed. We then have this guy right here. But it's weird because as much as this is a supporter, I don't know whether this guy's name is Cart Envoy. But it's called Ultra Forest Cart Envoy. I don't know whether this is a Cart Envoy from the Ultra Forest. But during this turn, Damage from the attacks of your Ultra Beast isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. Does that mean that, like, if it has effects such as 30 less, is that an effect? I'm guessing so. If so, that's pretty cool. Although it is a supporter for turns, so you never know. We then move into a very interesting trainer right here, which in English I think is going to be called Green's Search, but in Japanese it was translated as Blue's Search. So she's just sort of stood? Yeah, she's on her legs. She's sat by a tree, which looks interesting. So what does it say here? You can't play this card if you have any Pokemon in play with abilities. Bearing in mind that. Search your deck for 2 trainer cards, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. That was trainer cards. That is interesting. You may play only 1 supporter card during your turn. Okay. Okie dokie. The card is named, yeah, Fab. So it should be called Green Search in our translation. Then we also have this guy, which is from Sun and Moon. For the life of me, his name, Molian. I really don't know how to pronounce his name. We'll call him Mo. Let's call him Mo for short. We've got a Mo. Discard 2 metal energy cards from your hand. If you do, shuffle a trainer card from your discard pile into your deck. Hey, I guess that is pretty cool because it is a trainer card. And also if you've got Mount Coronet in play, then you can just get those 2 metal energy cards back. And if maybe you've dropped something in the discard that you didn't want to, could be pretty interesting. So, an interesting one. Definitely very interesting. We do have a stadium. This is called Deserted Power Plant. Each Pokemon GX and EX in play has no abilities. Beautiful. Zoroark, see you later. See you later, Zoroark. No, in play. Doesn't say inactive, in play. So Zoroark anywhere, if this thing is there, happy days, goodbye Zoroark. So of course, obviously when another one is played though, it will get removed, or Field Blower can get rid of it. But I do like it. I do like it. We then have a few Holo Trainer reprints here. So we do have Ultra Ball, which I believe is actually already sort of out as a promo card in the UK and like America already. So this won't be coming out in our set, although it would be amazing if we could. There's a Beast Ring reprint as well, which I love this because you can see Necrozma, Buzzwole and Blacephalon right there. Looks very, very cool. I think a lot of people are going to be after this one. We got Metal Frying Pan, which I have to say is very, very cool because it's next to a vest, which I think... I'm trying to think what this was called. It was something like Battle Vest or something like that. I think that vest came out in like Breakthrough maybe. But it's pretty cool. It's hanging up in a store. I'll definitely be looking for that one. And then lastly, of course, we do have Acerola. And she's scaring a kid. Or maybe she's not scaring a kid and she's trying to calm him down. Either way, it looks terrifying. But an Acerola reprint is pretty cool indeed. So yeah, there we go. That is all of the cards from this set. So we're going to be having a look now at the full art trainers and obviously the gold cards before finishing off with the Guess the GX. So let's do it. Let's head on over and check them out. Okay, so there we go. We've done all of the cards now, but it's now time to check out those full art trainers and those gold cards to see what we're going to be getting, as well as obviously finishing off the Guess the GX, which is the most important part. So, what have we got in terms of full art trainers? Well, let's have a little look. First of all, oh yes, we're getting Blue's, well, what is translated as Blue Search, but we're getting Green Search. Now, is this going to be the most expensive card? No. Is it going to be a sought after card? I think so. I think so. I quite like it. I think the card is going to be interesting. If you're not playing in abilities, then it's definitely going to be a very good way of obviously getting trainers back and everything. So yeah, I like it. And we're also going to be getting Full Art Mo. Or Molayan, or whatever his name is. But we'll call him Full Art Mo. We'll go Mo. So yeah, we could be getting Super Nerd Mo. Which, again, was an interesting one because, obviously, if you do discard those 2 metal energies, you're then able to get a trainer card back from the discard pile, which is really, really cool, especially using it with Mount Coronet. So definitely 2 cards. Very interesting how both of them have both got blue backgrounds. But there we go. Very, very nice for the full art trainers there. Just 2, but 2 is all we need. So, moving on, we then move into the secret rares. And first of all, we've got that Beastbringer. Beastbringer is right there, or the Clam. We'll just call it the Clam. This will be an absolutely hilarious one to pull, I think. And knowing my luck, we probably will pull it. But it does look very, very cool indeed. We then also have the Metal Barrier there. Metal Core Barrier. An interesting one as well. So very, very cool. So for the 2 gold cards that will be joining the set, those are those. But we also do have a full art stadium. And what is this one in particular? Well, it's Mount Coronet, which looks absolutely amazing. There's a city in the background there, Mount Coronet at the top, but also you can just see where that writing is. There's some little birds there. Now, I'm thinking that that is either something like a Pidove, or maybe it's a Starly. I'm hoping it's a Starly, but it's very cool. I definitely like that, a little extra there. But this won't rotate either, because this won't be a rotated stadium card. So when this does come out in one of the sets, I'm guessing it's going to be... I have ideas, which I really do want to share with you about what our extra little mini set might be. We'll get to that. But this is going to be an interesting one, and I definitely do like the fact that they are bringing out full art stadiums. I still remember the time when obviously I did mention it'd be amazing to see it, and now we're getting them. It's great. It really is. So let's finish it off, of course, with the Guess the GX, the answer from our previous video. So I gave you that picture right there. Well, what was that? Let's have a little look. It was Lugia GX. So if you did get that, well done. Definitely well done there. Very, very nice. Moving in to the Guess the GX for this video, we have got that picture there, that one right there, and that one right there. So let me know what you think that is. And we will be checking it out in the next video. When we check out the next set, we've got actually quite a few cards in the next set to show off. How many is there in particular? I think there's about 6 GXs overall. So going to be an interesting amount of GX videos, and then the overall, probably the biggest set out of the 3 to go into our set, but not the biggest set for our set. If any of that made sense, congratulations. But there we go. So I will leave it here for this video. You know, that is Full Metal Wall complete. So we've now done 2 out of 3. We're getting there. We're getting to that point where we can breathe a sigh of relief. We're almost there where we can actually look at Unbroken Bonds, which is going to be so cool. I cannot wait. So there we go. I will leave it here, and I will see you guys in the next video on the channel. So until then, I'll see you later.